Progress on the Princess has been a bit slow for the last few weeks because I've been concentrating on the Allegro, trying to bank up a load of content. Johnny's video is hopefully going to be out really soon, and then we can start to put ours out. In the meantime, I thought it'd be fun to do a quick Q&A session. Loads of people that give us really interesting comments or like encouraging comments all the time. So I thought, it'd be, rather than me replying to comments in the videos, I'll just ask for some questions, and a few of you have sent them in. So first one is from Steve. He put, when are you getting a Marina in to complete the BL Menage a Trois? I do like the idea of doing a Marina, actually. There's a lot of work to do on this car yet, but maybe a Marina at some point, maybe with like a Boxster S underneath it, like a, mid-engine 3.2 Boxster kind of running gear would be pretty cool in a Marina. So yeah, maybe in a few years. Martin put, are you gonna install a roll cage? Also, be interesting on power to weight ratio with the engine, or are you going to modify it too? So roll cage, no. I don't really want to put roll cage in the car because I want the inside of it to be kind of factory. And that's one of the main reasons I've put a really strong chassis underneath the car, was to avoid having to have a roll cage. Yes, it won't be kind of as safe on track days and things like that, but to be honest, I've got a track car. I don't really see me doing much track time with this. If I do, it's not going to be at like, I'm not going to be trying to drive it flat out like I would be with my track car. It's going to be having fun just driving around the track and seeing what it can do rather than really pushing it. Power to weight will be interesting, but that's going to depend what the car weighs and how much power I've got. And I don't know either of those things yet. I've got a feeling the engine will probably be more than 500 horsepower and the car will definitely be less than a ton. So, that's not bad. The engine will be modified. I think it's going to have valve springs and con rods and a full rebuild, basically. I might do pistons and drop the compression ratio slightly. I haven't really got as far as to think about that yet. I think that'll be a few months down the line before we start stripping this engine down and rebuilding it. I don't know, but yeah, what we've taken on the Allegro, there's quite a lot of work in that. So yeah, we could be a few months away from playing around with the engine yet, but yeah, it'll definitely be modified. Mark put, are you thinking as far ahead as paint jobs? Plain colour or race style? A BL Works paint job would be epic because it's not really a sleeper anymore. Enjoying your build. Thanks, Mark. The paint is staying the same. So it's going to get a paint job, but it's going to be champagne beige. It's going to keep the brown vinyl roof. And Johnny actually suggested that I should do the wheels brown as well. So I'm pretty sure the wheels are going to go brown. I don't really like them silver, to be honest. I could only buy them silver or black, I think. So I opted for silver because I hate black wheels. So yeah, the wheels are probably going to go brown, but the body is going to stay beige with the 3 brown HLS stripes. I'm probably just going to tidy things up on the outside. So maybe some neater wing mirrors, maybe a more modern side repeater or something like that. So we've thought about messing around with the tail lights, just kind of modifying the body, I guess, to make it not more modern, but just refined, maybe. Stu put, did you corner weight the car before you started? It'd be interesting to see the overall weight and weight balance differences after you finish. Again, didn't weigh the car to start with, but I know roughly what they weigh. I think the car will be heavier, but that's inevitable because we've added in a bigger engine, a kind of bigger gearbox. Although the stock engine is really heavy, and this engine will be lighter than that stock engine, I've added in quite a lot of steel, and I've got more to add in. I don't mind if the car comes out 100 kilos heavier. It's still going to be way less than a ton, and I'm not going to notice that with 500 odd horsepower. Yeah, I'm not going to notice that it's kind of got heavier because it's gained an absolute ton of power. So yeah, that's one way of overcoming a weight increase. Stu also put, did you have a budget in mind when you started? Even that steel alone can't be cheap. Yeah, steel at the minute is definitely not cheap, but it's one of the cheapest aspects of the car. I didn't really have a budget. I knew that to get started, all I really needed was the 2 cars. I bought the Jag for 1,100 quid with an MOT, which was a bit of a bargain, and I paid 850 for the Princess. So really, so far, it's cost me that, the wheels, and the coilovers. Haven't really spent that much money on it. There's money to spend. Like I say, we've got to build the engine, got to buy some turbos. There's a lot of things to buy, and I haven't really got a budget because you end up buying things over time, watching out for bargains, things like that. And I think sometimes if you set a budget, you'll just end up becoming limited with what you can do with the car because you'll tell yourself you can't afford it. And that's one of the reasons why I think builds tend to take so long, because generally when people start a build, they don't start out with a big pot of cash to kind of build the car from. They just kind of do it over time. I'm kind of not really interested what it costs me. It won't cost me any more than like 10 grand, definitely not. And this will be way cooler than any car you could buy for 10 grand. So, are you modifying the bulkhead, or is there enough room for the new engine? Sam's going to clip in some B-roll of the big hole in the bulkhead at this point, because there's no bulkhead left. It's all gone. The engine does not fit, primarily because it's rear-wheel drive. So obviously the gearbox enters into the kind of cockpit of the car. So yeah, all the bulkhead has gone. But there will be one put back. It's just not the original Princess one. It had all of the hydrogas gear in there, so it kind of had to come out anyway, and it was all really heavy gauge steel, so it was adding in a lot of weight. Again, we have chopped out quite a lot of weight from this car. And then Steve put, what's the plan after the Princess is done? I've always got loads of ideas. I've got loads of plans of cars, ideas. I've got some kind of crazy plans, as lots of people do, but I'm just focusing on this at the minute and the Allegro, because they are both taking up quite a lot of time. But for the car, just to try and use it, I guess, try and show it, take it to shows, say the odd track day in it. If I do a track day, it's not going to be to like really hammer it and really push the car. I'm not building it for that. I'm not building it like as a track car. I'm building it just for fun, really. A fast road car. I might modify it over time, maybe, but yeah, predominantly just show it, take it places, probably get trailered a lot of places, and yeah, just kind of enjoy driving it and let other people look at it, I guess, because it's kind of mad, and it's nice to show off the work that you've put into it, because you know, it's I'll have had fun doing it, and hopefully there'll be a lot of people that actually want to see it. So it's definitely going to be at the big break show, the late break show tour this year in August, so it's definitely going to be there with the Allegro. So yeah, that's kind of the plans. So that's it for progress on the Princess for a little while. Like I say, I'm going to try and chip away at it a bit if I can, and I've got some parts to order. We're predominantly concentrating on the Allegro. Hopefully this has been a little bit of Princess content that's kept you entertained. If you've got any other questions or kind of replies, follow-ups, arguments to what I've said or whatever, and you want us to do a follow-up, again, leave some comments, and I'll save all these and we'll do another Q&A in, I don't know, a couple of months' time or something like that. So yeah, thanks for watching.